Welcome to JT Scary Tales. 4 disturbing true horror stories, real-life nightmares. Not all nightmares happen when you're asleep. Sometimes, the scariest horrors lurk in plain sight, hidden behind a familiar face. A simple note, or a chance encounter on a quiet street. Tonight, we bring you 4 chilling true stories of unsuspecting victims who found themselves trapped in the grip of something terrifying. A dangerous ex-boyfriend, a shadowy figure in the night, a stalker with an unnerving grin, and mysterious letters that hid something far more sinister. Are you ready to step into the darkness? This is a warning, because once you hear these stories, you might never feel safe again. Story 4. The Mysterious Notes. It started with a simple note. "You looked beautiful in that dress on Friday." At first, I thought it was sweet. A small, neatly folded piece of paper tucked into the vents of my locker. Written in elegant, careful handwriting, there was even a little heart at the end. I wasn't used to getting attention like this. I was just an ordinary high school senior. And I certainly wasn't the type of girl to have secret admirers. The idea that someone was watching me, noticing the details of my life, made my heart flutter. But I should have been scared. Because this wasn't the beginning of a romance. This was the beginning of a nightmare. The notes kept coming. Every few weeks, I'd find another, always in the same elegant handwriting. Always during 4th period. "Your smile lights up the hallway. You shine brighter than any star. Your homecoming photos look like a magazine cover." Whoever was writing these knew a lot about me. They had seen my dress on Friday. They had seen my smile in the hallway. They had seen my homecoming photos. And yet, they never said my name. I started paying closer attention to my surroundings. Looking over my shoulder in the hallways. Scanning the cafeteria for anyone watching me too intently. I figured the notes had to be from a younger student, someone too shy to approach me directly. I told no one about them. Not because I was scared. Because I was flattered. That was my first mistake. One day, my schedule changed. My last class of the day had moved to the 2nd floor. Across campus from my locker. My best friend, Hannah, had a class near my old one. So we swapped lockers for convenience. I forgot all about the notes. Until my 18th birthday. That morning, Hannah handed me a familiar folded paper. "I found this in the locker," she said, confused. It read, "Happy birthday, princess." That was when Hannah and my other friends became detectives. Who was writing these notes? The next day, one of them volunteered to stake out the lockers during 4th period. She had no class at that time and could hide behind the library shelves, pretending to read. That was when we finally learned the truth. The notes weren't from a shy underclassman. They weren't from a lovesick admirer. They were from a janitor. I barely knew her. An older woman, in her late 50s or early 60s. The kind you don't really notice because they blend into the background, cleaning floors, emptying trash cans, moving about in silence. But she had noticed me. For months, she had been watching me, writing about my outfits, my smile, my activities. She had even watched my homecoming photos online. That alone was terrifying. But the worst part? She had been inserting herself into my routine, moving unnoticed in the background of my life, slipping through the cracks where I wasn't paying attention. She knew where my locker was. She knew when I'd be gone. She knew where I sat in the cafeteria. And she always knew exactly what I was wearing. I tried to brush it off. She hadn't done anything illegal. Technically, it was just notes. There was nothing threatening in them. No explicit messages. No real reason to report her. And yet, something didn't sit right. Because the next time I saw her, after knowing it was her, I realized just how much she had been watching me. At my last field hockey game, she was there, sitting quietly in the stands. Hands folded in her lap, eyes locked on me. I had never seen her at a game before. Had she always been coming? Had I just never noticed? I didn't know what to do. Telling a teacher seemed dramatic, but ignoring it felt dangerous. So, I made a decision. I started avoiding her. If I saw her in the hallways, I turned around. If she entered a room, I left. I kept my head down, stayed away, and prayed she would get bored and stop. But she didn't stop. Instead, she got bolder. One evening, I stayed late after school to help decorate for a dance. By the time I finished, the hallways were deserted. As I made my way to the exit, I heard footsteps echo behind me. Slow, deliberate. I glanced back. She was there, standing at the end of the hall, half shrouded in the dim light, just watching me. I swallowed hard and quickened my pace. So did she. My heart hammered as I reached the door and pushed, but it wouldn't budge. It was locked. The janitor's eyes gleamed under the flickering hallway light. "Are you lost, sweetheart?" she asked, voice soft. I didn't answer. I just ran. Through the halls, past darkened classrooms, toward the back exit. I didn't dare look back. Not until I reached the parking lot. Breath ragged, hands trembling. She was still inside, standing at the glass doors. Smiling. A knowing smile. Like she wasn't surprised. Like she had been waiting for this moment. The next day, I told my friends everything. We decided to report her. The school didn't take it seriously at first, until we showed them the notes. Until we told them about the field hockey game. Until I explained how she had followed me after school. She was fired immediately. But before she left, she found me one last time. "You shouldn't have done that," she murmured. "I was only trying to take care of you." I didn't answer. I just watched as she walked away, disappearing through the doors. And yet, even after she was gone, I felt her presence everywhere. I started getting the uneasy feeling that someone was still watching me. I never found another note. But sometimes, at night, I'd hear footsteps outside my house. Soft, deliberate, and when I checked the window, there was never anyone there. The end. Thanks for watching. Do you love spine-chilling stories and eerie mysteries? You've come to the right place. At JT Scary Tales, we bring you the most terrifying and thrilling scary tales from around the world. From haunted places to unexplained phenomena, our scary tales will keep you on the edge of your seat. Subscribe now and dive into the dark world of scary tales.